nothing can be added to you. How much ever you grab things or people or places or objects, you will not be living with it. It's an important truth. Please understand, when you are established in ahimsa, even if your body is taken away from you, even if you are killed, what all you think as joy, which you want to experience through the body, you will be able to experience even without that body. Understand? Whatever you think as joy, which you want to experience through the body, you will be able to enjoy without the body, even if your body is taken away. If you are established in compassion, even if your body is taken away, you will be able to experience whatever you want without that body. But if you are established in vengeance, even if you have the body, you will not be able to experience what you want. If you want to experience some sense pleasures, even if they are there, even if you are eating, you will be thinking something else. You will not be enjoying. Even if you are listening, you will be thinking something else. You will not be enjoying. Even if you are seeing, you will be planning for something else. You will not be enjoying. I have seen people going to the vacation places, going to the hill resorts. Such a beautiful scene. They will not be enjoying the scene. They will be planning how to own a cottage here, how to own a house here, how to have a farmhouse here. They cannot enjoy anything unless it belongs to them legally. By the time it belongs to them legally, they are running behind carpenter, plumber, electrician to take care of that house. Person who is established in vengeance, even if he is sitting with the person, even if you are sitting with the person with whom always you want to spend time, or even if you are in a place which you always wanted to enjoy, you will not be enjoying. Something else will be going on. A person established in compassion, ahimsa, non-violence, even if the body is taken away from you, you will be enjoying whatever you want. I tell you, from my experience, one day, it was night, I was just lying down in the prison when I was in judicial custody. Now I know all the technical terms. Police custody, judicial custody, almost all the numbers, IPC code numbers. When I was resting, body was just resting, the consciousness was in such a deep, beautiful samadhi. Suddenly saw very clearly body is in samadhi and that consciousness is attending whatever need to be attended. Like somewhere somebody is praying or asking, meditating. Then I saw very clearly from this body, through this body, a kind of a ray, light, energy going and attending. It's a mystical experience. I am just sharing. Whoever feels connected to me, you can understand or try to understand. If you feel, don't bother, just leave it. Just think that he is telling something, forget about it. I am just describing as it happened, as I perceived. I saw very clearly that through this body, kind of a light energy attending that prayer. Here somebody is calling, somebody is praying, something is going on. Different. It's almost like a 911 call center in US. How the calls are coming and continuously it is being answered. Kind of an automatic mechanism. in so many places. Prayers, meditations, and so many things coming, and automatically it's getting responded. When I was experiencing that part, I did not remember this body, this biomemory. When I am remembering this biomemory, I am not able to remember that part, that automatic response mechanism. The cosmic response constantly happening, I was not able to remember that part when I remember this biomemory, this body, this idea. When I was able to remember this, I was not able to remember that. When I remembered that, I was not able to remember this. It's almost like a binary, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. One moment, that experience, and one moment, this experience. It's jumping. For 1 second, I felt I should download that experience into this biomemory and understand the meaning of that experience so that I can share with everybody. I wanted to translate the cosmic experience into this biomemory so that only any experience, when it is translated into this biomemory, it can be transmitted through words or touch or initiation to other persons. That's why when the initiation or healing touch is given, the ideas stored in this biomemory can be shared. So I just felt I should download that experience into this biomemory at least 1 second. I should translate that into this. Anyhow, I tried. Just Chana, a second. Please understand, Chana is not a second. Chana is the gap between one thought and the other thought. For a Chana, I downloaded that experience into this biomemory. So I translated the space into place. I translated the direction into countries. I could see very clearly, per second, almost 1,000 to 2,000 calls were being attended. Somebody is praying in Australia, somebody is praying in Africa, somebody is praying in America, somebody is praying in one corner of India. All those prayers, requests, meditation, everything is being automatically responded by some energy using this biomemory. I was shocked. I saw when I was trying to overlap that experience into this experience, it's almost like overlapping the natural, the geographical map into the political map. The geographical map of the planet Earth, if it is overlapped on the political map of the Earth. So I just overlapped and saw from different countries, because in that biomemory only directions are there. There is no countries. In the cosmos there is no countries. Only in the Earth there is a country. There are countries. I could see. Funny thing is, there are some prayer requests happening and that energy flowing into the ocean. I saw, oh God, inside ocean who is? Because only the human mind is capable of connecting with higher consciousness. At least as a rule. There are exemptions. When masters like Ramana Maharshi interfere, they can liberate even the animals. But as a rule, only the human mind can elevate themselves to the level of prayer or meditation or the connecting with the cosmic consciousness. I was shocked. How come the response is landing inside the ocean? Then I realized there are ships in the ocean. People in the ships, they are all connecting from different zones. I was analyzing the whole experience. Suddenly I felt, oh God, the only purpose, only thing I enjoy having this body is initiating or sharing this enlightenment experience with people. That's the only purpose of this body. That's the only thing I enjoy having this body. I suddenly realized then no need even for this body. Because without this body is anyway involved, this body is lying in the prison, but the process is happening. I thought even this body is not required. Suddenly, I realized that I am able to do whatever I cherish or enjoy without even the necessity of this body. I can say that is the ultimate freedom. You can just do what you want and enjoy what you think as joy without the use of this body is the ultimate freedom. And I really thought, oh God, then this body is not even required. After all, so many people are hating. Then I realized, no. I clearly saw the answer. No. Maybe if this body is alive and running and doing this great mission, many new people will have deep vidarka, the trust. Because now whoever was getting attended, whose calls were getting attended, whose prayers were being attended, they all were already established in vidarka. Please understand, one more thing I want to tell you. In the thousands of calls, maybe only 2% of the people know me personally, my name or my form. All others were calling different names of the divine. It is not they did not use my name or they did not even know my form. I was shocked. Then how come it is being attended? Then I saw the name or the form which you use does not matter. The intensity with which you call is matters. It's the intensity with which calls are made. I saw very clearly some of the important mystical secrets, the experiences I want to share with you. I saw very clearly all that requests, the prayers made with the intense trust and vidarka are getting redirected. It's almost like a 911 calls being redirected. I was surprised. Then I had another one question. Then at any given time, only few thousand people are only praying and connecting with the divine. How come? Then I saw this biomemory is a specialist in healing and transmitting enlightenment experience. Only those calls are being diverted to this biomemory. I saw there are other specialist masters. For example, Mahavatar Baba, a specialist in longevity. So any calls or prayers connected to those requests, those concepts are directed to those masters. It's almost like a clear, established, automatic, independent, intelligent, responding system. I was really surprised because it's a great revelation happened in me. Then I realized why this body is not required. This body is not required. Then the realization landed, no, this body is still kept alive for many new people to have vidarka, the deep trust, the feeling connection. Maybe for that sake, this body is still alive and running. When you are established in deep compassion and deep love, ahimsa, I tell you, you don't even need body to enjoy. It's like if you want to enjoy anything related to taste, whatever you call it as a joy of taste, if you are established in ahimsa, without this body, you will be able to enjoy. That is what we call heaven. When a person is established in ahimsa, in that zone, without the use of any physical body, you will be just having those joys. That is why they call it amrita. Ageless body, timeless mind. Being established in compassion liberates you from the greatest foolishness which a human being can commit is strategy planning to come out of crisis. Please understand, greatest foolishness any human being can commit is strategy plannings to come out of crisis. Any strategy planning you make while you are in crisis, you will only be putting and creating more and more crisis. Because the crisis, when crisis happens, ordinary mind gets caught with the fear and greed. And it's almost like a negotiation with life. You can negotiate with other, giving something and taking something. You cannot negotiate with life. You cannot bargain with life. With life, there is no negotiation, only pure surrender. Understand? When the life happens in your life in larger than life size, if you are shaken, it is crisis. If you are just relaxed, it is teaching. See, when life interferes in your life, larger than life size, means you are not able to measure it. In the college I have seen, the seniors will rag the juniors. They'll ask, what department you are in? The junior says, I'm in civil engineering. Do you know how to do survey? He says, yes, I learned. These guys will give a matchstick and tell them, survey this whole room. Same way, when the life happens in front of you, if you start asking questions, why this to me? What, why, when, why? All these things when you ask, that is almost like a trying to measure the life, this whole hall with matchstick. You cannot measure the life with your matchstick. Why, what, when? Your length, breadth, depth is too small to measure the life. When you try to solve the life with matchstick, you will only be creating more and more chaos. When you are established in deep compassion, deep sympathy, you will just see the life is appreciated as it is. The life is experienced as it is. I tell you, this is an important lesson, truth I want to share with you. Be established in compassion, ahimsa, non-violence. Let this ahimsa flow in your system. Understand, I am not talking about ahimsa, non-violence, just as a morality. It's a morality that is different. But I am talking about ahimsa as a science. As a science of enlightenment. As a science of life. It helps in many places where nothing else can help you. Where nothing else can help you. It helps you in many places where Nothing else can help you. I'll give you a simple process to experience this truth. Sit with yourself in a relaxed way. Inside your mind, call all the people whom you feel are accused in your life, with whom you cherish hatred, anger. Call them all one by one in your mind. Logically reason. Even if I take revenge on him or her, is my life going to be fulfilled? No. Please understand, you always think, whenever you are in crisis, if you take revenge on the person who created problem for you, you have achieved something. No. That is not your success. Even if you take revenge on him, finally, suddenly you will see you are only feeling empty. You are not feeling fulfilled. Taking revenge on somebody is not going to be fulfilling you, will not give you fulfillment. It is just diversion of your life energy, wasting of your life energy. Only after finishing the taking revenge part, suddenly you will realize you are feeling empty. You don't feel fulfillment. Remove all the hatred, vengeance, reason. Through reason. One more thing, people tell me, no, Swamiji, hatred is such an emotion, it cannot be removed by an ordinary reasoning. No. Any emotion can be nullified when you reason with it 7 times continuously. I am giving you important clue. Any emotion, whether it is anger or lust or hatred or the vengeance or any emotion, bring it to your consciousness, inner space, and reason with it logically 7 times continuously. By that time you finish the 7th time reasoning, very face to face with that emotion, it will lose its power over you. Bring every being, every person you hate in front of your inner space. Reason. Why? What is there? Taking revenge on this person is not my life. That is not going to give me fulfillment. Blood cannot wash blood. Violence cannot nullify violence. If we go on doing eye for an eye, whole world will become blind. Understand? Whole world will become blind. Understand? All of you have experienced some suffering, at least our devotees last few months. Actually, when this whole thing happened, I did not have any suffering about myself, for myself. But I felt such a deep sympathy, compassion, I can say empathy, for all the sufferings which our devotees are going to go through. I felt, oh God, so much of abusal our devotees will go through by the friends, society, so-called relatives. All this abusal our people need to go through, the devotees will go through. Just for that, only for that I felt in this whole episode. I did not feel for anything. Just that one feeling, oh God, how much our devotees need to go through. How much they will be, how much of suffering they will be put to. If somebody want to take revenge on me, it could have been very easy job. It's not that I was completely away from, I was just living a simple, innocent life with public. They could have done so many things. But why to torture devotees and disciples in hundreds of places, beating, burning, breaking the ashrams, beating the brahmacharis, pulling the saris of our sannyasinis, abusing them? How many of our kids, they are not able to go to college and school with mala and bracelet? How many of our devotees have been abused? I was shocked. It's practically a religious persecution. I could not imagine so much of vengeance and violence on such simple, innocent people. All they were doing is gathering and meditating, that's all, in open, and whole public was invited. It's a public places, all our ashrams. And many of our ashrams were doing social service like feeding the poor and feeding the visitors and doing medical camps, meditation programs, so many social services. I was shocked how in an organized way, in hundreds of places, in few hours, beating, breaking, destroying, burning. See, it's like a Hinduism is a group of traditions. The followers of Shankara are one tradition, followers of Shiva one tradition, followers of Ganesha one tradition, followers of Devi one tradition, followers of Vishnu one tradition, followers of Ramanuja one tradition, followers of Ramakrishna one tradition. Same way, our followers are one tradition. Even one tradition people are attacked by the people who don't share the same faith. It is religious persecution. Catholics attack Protestants or Protestants. When the Shia Muslims attack Sunni Muslims or Sunni Muslims attack the Shia Muslims, it is religious persecution, internal. Same way, people who does not share our faith or our values, if they attack us just because of what we believe, it is religious persecution. Anybody is attacked physically or mentally, tortured physically or psychologically, for the sake of what he or she believes, is religious persecution. I felt deeply sympathetic only for the religious persecution which our devotees and disciples and sannyasis and sannyasinis went through in this whole episode. But I was so happy. The whole Sangha, our mission, established in compassion, not one person rebuked. Only one request from me: please be silent and compassionate. Do not retaliate. The whole lakhs of devotees and crores of sympathizers, not a single one did anything illegal or antisocial. In thousands of places, so much of abuse was done to my photograph, burning, beating, breaking to the ashrams. Not one devotee, not one disciple, not one of our follower even threw a single stone. I tell you, I am proud of you all. Just for this silence. Just for this silence. I really saw I felt the deep sympathy. Oh God, how much these poor guys have to go through for no reason. But the grace with which our people handled this whole thing, the grace with which our people lived the whole thing, there is a beautiful story I read. One father, when his son came to him for blessings at his 18th birthday, the son came and touched the feet of the father and said, "Father, I completed 18 today," means 19th birthday. Of course, in India we talk about the age which is running. "19th birthday," he came and touched the feet. The moment I say the word birthday, I remember, birthday also has become a big problem. They asked me, "What is your birthday, Swamiji?" I said, "I did not know it when I took birth." I neither know how to see the calendar nor know how to know the time. And somebody, it seems, wrote, Nithyananda forged his birth date. Fortunately, I did not have the intelligence and energy to forge a document when I took birth. I said, "I do not know. Only my parents know. Ask them." Whatever they gave in the school, that is what was there. And later on, whatever they felt is right. And they said, we started celebrating that. That's all. My father gave some date in the school. So we were thinking that is the birth date. And I never had the habit of celebrating the birthday. When the mission started, all the devotees wanted to celebrate. Then, when my mother came to know about it, she said, as per the astrology, the date, timing and nakshatra and all, she said, this is not the date. She said, mentioned January 1st as the date. I said, all right, if whatever she remembers must be the truth, because I do not remember, only she should be remembering. So whatever she said, we started celebrating, that's all. Such a simple thing. This guy came and touched the feet of the father, said, today I am completing my 18, bless me. Father, very graceful person, he said, my son, last 18 years, you added so much of joy to me. From today, I liberate you. You don't need to do anything to satisfy me. You can do whatever you want from today in your life. I give you complete freedom. You decide everything about your life. You don't need to do anything for me. What a son can add to the father, what I expected from a son, you added more joy to me than I wanted. So from today, I liberate you. Do whatever you want from today. You have full freedom. I am fulfilled. Whatever I feel as a fulfillment I should have from son, I had it. Please understand, I am telling the same thing to you all. Whoever handled this whole scandal without any violence and without being shaken, without dropping from the root, whoever has withstood survived this whole sensationalism, I tell you, you are given the ultimate joy I expect from a disciple. You have fulfilled me. I don't need anything more from you. I liberate you completely. Whoever handled this whole thing non-violent way, of course, all of you have handled whole thing in a non-violent way, and whoever did not get carried away by the sensationalism, whoever withstood the sensationalism, these rumors, this heavy wind, I can describe this only as a cyclone. When a cyclone hits, sometime mango tree, many flowers will drop. That mango flowers, small flowers. The flowers which are really sticking to the root, to the tree, that becomes fruit. I really felt many flowers, even the fruits before ripening, has dropped because of this whole sensationalistic cyclone. But the fruits and flowers which are very strongly connected to the root will become fruit. Just by standing this whole sensationalism and handling it with deep compassion and love and non-violent way, you have given me the ultimate fulfillment. What I expect from a disciple, you have given me. Nothing more is required. Nothing more is required. Understand? Bring every person whom you feel as accused in front of your inner space, reason with them, face to face, logically, and remove the hatred, remove the vengeance. At the most, a normal human being carries 20 to 25 people, that's all. If you are carrying more than that, something seriously wrong. Reason. And remember one more thing. All of you have experienced suffering in your system, in your nervous system. When the suffering comes, how you feel so heavy, loaded. You know, why do you want to transmit this to somebody else? Why do you want to share the suffering to somebody else? Why do you feel somebody else should suffer the same way? No. When suffering happens to you, if you feel it should happen to other also, you are a Rakshasa. When suffering happens to you, if you feel no, it should not happen to others, you are Daiva, you are God. Whenever a suffering happens to you, how you respond decides whether you are a demon or God, whether you are Devi or devil. Understand? You would have felt at least once in a while in your life a deep joy and ecstasy and timelessness. Decide to transmit that to others. Share that to others. Not this heavy, intense suffering to others. Call all the accused in your inner space one by one. Reason with them. Accuse them with honor. Accuse them with honor. I tell you, judge who has the power to judge, and judges will only be a judge. Maybe international court judge, But a judge who has the power to judge does not judge anybody is God. Understand? A judge who has the power to judge but never judges anybody is God. Judge who has power to judge and judges is judge. So call every accused you have in your heart, in your inner space. Conduct the court session. Acquit them with honor. When you acquit everybody and everything without judging, suddenly you will see you are cosmic judge, God. You are in the energy, in the presence of God. Please understand, when you experience and live the quality of God, you will become God. Do not worry. Whenever I give this kind of process or techniques to people, people say, no, this all impractical. I'll do once, but tomorrow again the vengeance will come back. I have tried techniques. Please understand, do not bother. Do not think it's one more technique. The moment you think this as a technique, you will remember all your past failures about the techniques. No, I tried that, this, that, nothing worked out. How is this going to work for me? Don't worry. Even for few seconds, experience that hatredlessness. Just for few seconds, I tell you. Don't bother about tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Now sit and conduct your court and acquit all the accused with honor in your heart. Just for few seconds, experience that compassion, that ahimsa, that non-violence in your inner space. You will see what I call as inner freedom. The tremendous experience of no need for the body. Freedom from hatred is the ultimate freedom. You will realize no need for the body. If it is there, it is there. If it is not there, it's okay. You will not feel anything is taken away from you. You will not feel anything is taken away from you. You will just know there is something which cannot be taken by anybody. When you have that something which cannot be taken away by anybody, you are free being. You know what I call by the word freedom. I tell you, freedom is more dependent on the space. So create the ultimate freedom on the space, in the space in which you are established. You will experience the true and ultimate freedom. The simple process, remember? Just sit and decide. At least once you will experience a space where you don't carry even the most secret plan to take revenge on anybody. Just once. Don't plan, I will retain that space forever. Then immediately your mind will say, no. How can you forgive that fellow? How can you leave that guy? If you allow him to leave, he will kill you. It's a question of survival. Relax. I tell you, only once try. Try to experience the space where you don't carry any secret plans to take revenge on anybody, any anger, any vengeance, any hatred, suddenly you will see, you will experience such a deep, extraordinary freedom, which is immeasurable, which is the ultimate freedom. I tell you, even when I felt empathy and sympathy for the devotees and disciples, there was no suffering in me. If I start suffering, I will not be able to help the people who are suffering. I tell you, I only saw all that suffering entering into my being and disappearing. Suffering is removed from them and removed from me also. It's not there. Please understand. If you are compassionate based on violence, you will create only more suffering to others. If you are compassionate based on compassion, you will just see even the suffering which others are experiencing. When you have sympathy or empathy, it will not be suffering on you. You will just take it and burn it. It will just disappear. It will not be there at all. So, the first thing I wanted to share with you from my experience in this whole episode is, be established in compassion. That is the best, ultimate strategy for life. In any crisis, I want to tell you, you will never have worse crisis than what I faced in these last 3 months in your life. So don't worry. Even this whole crisis, I handled it completely being established in compassion. So do not worry, do not have fear. How will I be able to handle that situation with compassion, this situation with compassion? How will I be able to handle that crisis with compassion, this crisis with compassion? Don't bother. Nothing worse can happen to you than what happened to me in these few months. So have the courage, have the strength to sort out anything, just being established in compassion. Drop even the secret plans you carry in the innermost heart of your being to take revenge on somebody. I tell you, you will have the right strategy planning simply happening in your system, and right things will happen, things will fall in place, things will happen beautifully and the best way it can be and it should be. I'll share one component of enlightenment, different components of enlightenment through continuous satsangs, I invite devotees, disciples, and everybody to come and enjoy this whole Living Enlightenment series, this whole process. This is the best time to be around me. And now, our disciples, they also know you can't take Swamiji for granted. So use every opportunity as much as possible. Be around, imbibe, live, and radiate enlightenment. We bless you all to experience the ultimate freedom, live and radiate enlightenment. Let you all live, experience and radiate the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you.